Joining us is María Salazar, who serves on House Foreign Affairs. Welcome, Madam Congresswoman. Thank you for being here. So Kristi Noem is out. The border is secure. The president says the worst of the worst will be deported, but still no funding for DHS. What gives?
That's right. It's true. And thank you for the opportunity, because the Democrats want to punish us, the Republicans, but this is the wrong time. They have the wrong timing. It's like you cannot disconnect the fire alarm while the fire is happening. It's impossible for the home team to be winning this type of game if we have half of our players on the field. Why do I say that? Because 60%, this is for everyone to know, 60% of the cyber security agents who are supposed to be protecting us, remember that we're in conflict with Iran, are not in their jobs. They are thinking how to pay rent and food. And 90% of the DHS personnel is not showing up to work. Highly irresponsible. This is not the moment to make the Republicans pay. This is the moment to unite and protect the homeland.
Yeah, they wanted change in Minnesota. The president gave them change. They wanted somebody new at DHS. I mean, they just won't take yes for an answer. Let me ask you about Cuba. It is not doing well since Maduro was arrested. What is next for that island that I think many of us forget is so very close to the United States?
Yeah, it's only 90 miles away, and I represent the city of Miami, which is the heart of the Cuban exile community, proudly, me being one of them, first-generation Cuban-American, daughter of political refugees. Well, it's a glorious moment for the Cubans. The invincibility of the regime that has lived in the minds of Cubans for decades is crumbling. That was an unshakable thought that the Castros were invincible. Well, that is really dying down. It's been 10 nights of protests. The pots and pans, they have been hitting those pots and pans, and that's a sound of freedom. But the communism is collapsing. And Trump administration, my God, you know, I cannot explain to you what my constituents are thinking, because the president did what JFK never did, which is to really impose an economic embargo around the island. It's been 3 months since they don't receive any type of fuel shipment, and that's exactly what they need. These people are despicable. The Castros are despicable, morally despicable, ruthless dictators who have crushed an entire nation for decades. And now, because of Donald Trump and because of the American forces behind them, they're shouting freedom.
All right, Congresswoman, before I let you go, you and I both live in states where we have hurricanes, you more so than South Carolina, but we both have them. Tornadoes ravaged some of our sister states, even within the week. I mean, ICE is funded. It's the rest of DHS that is suffering. So when do we expect Democrats to figure out they're not punishing ICE agents, they're actually punishing the victims of natural disasters when they keep up this charade?
Of course, but they are not only FEMA, but TSA and cybersecurity and everything else that comes with protecting our mainland. And I understand what you're saying. Thank God that the hurricane is not looming, but if we do not understand what the Dems are really trying to do, but this is not the moment, and the American people need to know that we're more than willing. And you know, I've come to your show and I have said 1,000 times that I am the voice, leading voice when it comes to immigration reform. We understand that ICE needed to find another directives coming from the White House. They got it. Madam Noem is out. Mark Wayne is a good guy. He's a good friend. He's going to do well. Homan has given his agents a new type of directives because the president has allowed him to do that. So let's work together. Let's work together. But that's not the spirit, unfortunately. The spirit is to punish the White House. And the White House, for my constituents, has been glorious when it comes to national security, closing the border, Venezuela, now Cuba, and Iran. Look what he's doing in Iran. People say, well, why do we need to be there? Well, because they were building 100 ballistic missiles a month, and they are not in the business of funding the Peace Corps. They're in the business of terrorism and killing America and the Jews. So, like you were saying, sometimes I feel embarrassed because some of the representatives on the floor of the United States Congress are really not representing the true American values.
Well, I know you've said it 1,000 times, but I'm going to have you back on and you can say it 1,001. I love having you on. María Salazar from the great state of Florida. Thank you for joining us on the Sunday night. Coming